Hey everybody, it's Cindy here, and I wanted to share some wisdom of one of my favorite life coaches in the country, Cheryl Richardson. She's been around, she's nationally acclaimed, and she has several books and so forth. And one of her older books actually is called Take Time for Your Life. And it's a 7-step program to creating the life that you want. And so I thought I'd share her 7 steps today. And if you want to dig deeper in these steps, because I'm going to just basically go over them quickly, but if you want to dig really deep in them, look her up. You can see her name there, Cheryl Richardson, Take Time for Your Life. She also has some other books, one called Stand Up for Your Life. That's one of my favorites of hers. And then The Art of Extreme Self-Care, The Unmistakable Touch of Grace. She has several books, and she has a website also and lots of tools and resources there. So anyway, Cheryl Richardson is her name. And so her 7-step program for creating the life that you want is these steps right here. I'm going to literally read them to you. Step 1 is to put yourself first. Put yourself first. And she says, if you think selfish is a dirty word, learn to practice extreme self-care. Put yourself at the top of the list and everybody else will actually benefit. And she goes on to explain that, when we put ourselves first, we think we're being selfish, especially women. We tend to think it's wrong or it's bad. But actually it makes you more energized and available for the people in your life and the things you've committed to in your life, the activities or the work or whatever that you've committed to. So there's a ripple effect of you taking care of yourself that then others benefit from it. So everybody wins when we take really good care of ourselves. So she says that's step 1. Step 2, if your schedule does not reflect your priorities, stop reacting to life and take control of what gets your time and attention. Now, one of the ways to kind of create a visual of your life is to draw a circle on a piece of paper and pretend it's a pie. If it's a pie and when we cut a pie into perfectly the same size pieces, we usually get 6 pieces of pie that are about the same size, right? So I want you to use that pie idea but make pieces of pie the size of what you're giving your time to. So like if you work 80 hours a week, you might, take up at least like half the pie for work. Or if you take care of children, 24/7, that might take up most of your pie. If you exercise some and you go to work some and you hang out with your friends some and you attend church or other clubs or something some or whatever, you might divide up, have several pieces of pie that represent your life. But I would create a visual on a piece of paper, just quick. You don't have to be fancy about this. This is an art. It's just to give you a visual, to create a visual of your life and then look at it, to sit back for a second and look at your pie chart and see what's getting most of your attention. And so looking at step 2 here, see if it really reflects what your priorities are. See if your pie looks balanced in a way that feels really good to you. And if it doesn't, you might start shifting to make that balance look better in your pie. So then you might draw a pie that represents what your ideal life would look like, and then see the difference between what is right now and what your ideal life looks like and start to shift those priorities. Step 3, she suggests that you identify things that drain you and start to eliminate them. And this could be people or places or things once and for all. So a lot of times you and I have talked about decluttering your life, getting rid of things that no longer serve you. I just spent part of my lunch hour today doing that. I actually went through some VHS tapes. Yes, I still own VHS tapes. And I sorted through them, getting rid of many, but not all of them. Hanging on to some still. But anyway, and I went through my CDs also. And started putting a box of stuff together that I'm going to get rid of. So So this can be about decluttering things. This can be about leaving relationships that are toxic for you, or minimizing them, minimizing the amount of time you spend with them. Or also leaving, ending commitments to things that no longer really align with who you are. And there are other examples of that. But anyway, whatever's draining you, to start eliminating them. Step number 4, if you feel trapped by money, investing in your financial health will stop making you feel like a victim. This is so, so true. If you don't feel like you have good financial health, which would include a nice balance of saving, spending, and giving, if you don't feel good about that, then I would start taking a very close look at your finances. Usually when people are unhappy with their finances, they ignore what's going on with their finances, even to the point of not opening their bills when they come in the mail and acting like those bills don't exist. But instead, I want you to look straight into your financial life. You might keep track for 30 days, everything you spend, everything you save, all the sources of income, and all the giving that you do, and keep really good track so you get a nice picture of what your behavior is like in 30 days. And start looking at it from those categories and notice what you're doing that feels good and in line with what you want, and what you're doing that really isn't necessary or is destructive, and start to turn your financial health around. You'll feel very empowered doing this, instead of like, you're a victim, like she's suggesting. Step 5, kick the adrenaline habit. Identify the things that fuel you and discover healthy new sources of energy. So you know what adrenaline is, and some of you are coffee people who have 4 cups of coffee just to get out the door in the morning and be able to sustain yourselves. Others of you are on sugar to try to boost your energy some, to help you last, but after that comes the big drop. Or you feel energized when you gamble, or you engage in what actually are destructive behaviors. So she's suggesting that you look again and discover healthy ways to energize yourself, like maybe go for a walk every day, or sit and meditate, or eat good, healthy, nutritious food. Things that are real energy, are true sources of energy. So really examine that and see what you can do to energize yourself in a healthy way. Step 6, if you feel lonely or isolated, learn how to surround yourself with high-quality relationships that support, challenge, and encourage you to be your best. Okay, I can't say this enough. I want you to keep people in your life that really uplift you, not the people that are judging you, not the people that are questioning you and your choices all the time, the people that really appreciate you, that show their love for you, and that really lift you up and affirm who you are. And choose activities with you that are healthy, not the people that are dragging you down with negative talk or judgments or toxicity of some sort, or encouraging you to do things in your life that are counter to what you really, really want in your life. So look at those relationships and sift through them a bit, and keep the ones that feel really, really good. Minimize or eliminate the ones that feel really, really bad. And you may even need to go out and find some new people. Set the bar a little higher and find friends or family that are more aligned with who you really, really are, and support the ideal life pie that you created earlier in the earlier step. Jack Canfield says that we become like the 5 people we spend the most time with. The 5 people we spend the most time with. So think about who those 5 people are. Maybe you live with them, maybe you work with them. You're definitely in some kind of a relationship with them. And see if these 5 people that you spend the most time with are really who you want to be like. Do you admire these people, respect these people? are they living lives that you feel like, yes, that's the kind of life I want or am attempting to create? And if so, you're probably in line with some really good, healthy relationships. But if not, then you want to work to establish stronger ones that are more healthy for you. And then step 7, don't let life get in the way of your spiritual well-being. Connect to your inner wisdom and create a personal practice. So she's not referring to just religion here or a set of beliefs that you count on in your life, although that can be part of this. But she's suggesting that you stay really centered with yourself, that you know who you are, that you trust your intuition, and that you have a personal practice or practices that support you staying aligned with that part of yourself. We all have that sixth sense. We have the 5 basic senses, the see, smell, touch, hear, taste. But we have that other one too, that intuition or that sixth sense, that really is a more spiritual practice or something that's something more that can be a guidance in our life. And so she believes that that is part of creating the life that we want, is to be really in touch with that part of ourselves and trust it. Trust ourselves a lot and do things that support us, being to listen carefully from the inside out and hear that voice that can really lead and direct us in the directions that are best for us. So anyway, take time for your life. Create your life in 7 steps. The work of Cheryl Richardson. I hope you enjoyed this. And like I said, you can find her anywhere, any bookstore. You can find her online. And I hope that you find some great support in the direction that you wish to go. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you again soon.